So we're going to talk a little bit about red light, green light, which is really just another way to encourage your dog to stay at source. We really want our dogs to stay at source so that they're able to tell us where it is. Now you can do this with the tin in your hand, and you can also do this with the tin in a container, and I suggest you try them both. So we're going to start with just a plain it's your choice. So I've got food in one hand, the tin in the other. Yes, I'm going to present it to her, and so long as her nose stays on it, awesome, okay. And then I tell her when she's done with it. Now, what we can do next is if she doesn't go for the tin, or as soon as she goes for the tin, we can start to slowly move in our treat. So as soon as she takes her nose away from the tin, the treat starts moving backwards. Now, when you start, you're probably going to want to go relatively quickly. It's kind of like if you ever do slow treat. So slow treat looks like this. Like I said, you start up here and you gradually bring the treat down. Okay. So you start it where it's just like a little bit and then you go, yeah, good girl. And you kind of rock it into their hand. So you can do the same idea with red light, green light. So you still have it in and go, yeah, and you rocket it in. And then the next one, here, let's do it the other hand. I've got food in this hand, yeah, and I rocket it in. But as your dog gets better, you can make the rocket slower and slower and slower. But if your dog's nose ever lifts up from the tin, then you slow down your rocket, or your rocket just stops. And all this is doing, is letting your dog know that we really want their nose to be on the tin. Now you can do this in different containers as well. And I'm going to show this to you in this Tupperware container. Okay, yes. So you can have your dog, like we've been doing, immediately be rewarded. And I would do that immediate reward at first, and then work towards kind of that slow treat in. And really, it's just another way to communicate with your dog that what I want you to do is I want you to keep your nose there. Now, Leica actually struggles with this a bit more than Merlin because I taught Leica first, and she got to learn while I was making tons of mistakes, whereas Merlin got to learn with just, a few mistakes. Whoops, I did that badly. Yeah. Good girl. So you can see that I kind of do the same idea as slow treat. Whoops, that was a bad timing on my part. Good girl. And then you can gradually work your way in. Yes, good girl.